guys, Matt with CJ Off-Road here. Now in front of me on the table, I've got Oracle's brand new Black Series LED taillights fitting your 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JL. Now these LED taillights mimic the factory LED taillights and feature a nice smoked color while incorporating all of the necessary features to keep you nice and legal. Now today we are going to be installing them on a 2019 Willys Edition JL. This one came factory with the blind spot monitoring and the LED taillights, but we just want to show these in comparison to those and how you can get a nice blacked out look on the back end of your Jeep. Now this is going to be perfect if you have a sport model or if you have the LED option and just want to get that blacked out look, especially if you're kind of trying to murder out the rest of the vehicle, just like the Willys has here with all the black accents that are on it. Now we're going to get these installed and show you how easy you can get them done on your Jeep Wrangler, so make sure you stay tuned. Alright guys, to start off this installation, the first thing you want to do is open up your tailgate and lift the hatch or unzip your soft top. And then what we're going to do to remove the factory taillights is actually reach right inside here. And there's a small plastic trim panel that covers the access to the one screw that holds on the taillight. So we're just going to use a small flat blade, tuck it underneath there. And there's a little tab that you'll depress and it'll pull straight up like so. Now we're going to set this aside. In order to get the taillight removed, all you're going to need is the factory removal toolkit that comes with all Jeep Wrangler JLs. And then you're going to grab your small ratchet as well as your longer T30 Torx bit. Now once you have that cap removed, we're going to use this with our factory ratchet and just remove the one plastic screw that holds on the taillights. It's a pretty nice install here too, considering that you don't need any crazy special tools, and every Jeep came with one of those, so definitely nice that you can do this with only the included tools that came with your Jeep. So we're gonna reach in here and using our T30 Torx bit as well as our ratchet, we're just gonna slowly loosen that up. Now it is a plastic screw, so don't go too crazy on it. And if you do end up stripping out the center of it, you can still use a 10mm to go on the border of it and you can still remove it. Get it loosened like that, and you should be able to unscrew it by hand, just for the last few threads. Hold the taillight on the outside, pull your bolt out. That is what your screw will look like, so there's where your Torx bit will go into. If it does strip out, you can use a 10mm to get on that as well. We're gonna set that down and pull our taillight out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it straight out towards us, and there's gonna be one connector right here. Now in order to get it disconnected, we'll depress down on that red tab and then push down on the black section to pull the connector right out. So after you depress on that, you can pull it out like so. Then there is one push pin here that we're going to remove. I'm going to go ahead and grab a trim removal tool and just pull that out, and we can set our taillight aside. Now for each taillight, we are going to have to remove this base section here to be able to screw it onto our brand new Oracle taillights. And also if you have blind spot monitoring, now is a good time to transfer that over. Since we were just doing this for an installation, I will show you that there are two screws that hold on this bracket for the blind spot monitoring, and it'll go right onto the Oracle lights. But for today, we are just going to take off this bracket so we can get it plugged in and show you guys how it looks. So go ahead and grab a Phillips head screwdriver, lay this down on a soft piece of foam, and then go ahead and remove the 3 screws that are holding this piece on. I'm just going to set them right to the side here. Pull that last one out, and that is the piece that we need. Now another thing guys, if you do have the blind spot monitoring system, that will also be removed with just these 2 screws right here. So you can go ahead and remove that, and then you can actually retain your blind spot monitoring and go ahead and put it into your new Oracle piece. There are 2 screws where you can just pop it right out, and this will go ahead and pop right in for you. Okay guys, so the next step is going to be to attach this to the brand new Oracle light. Now you just want to do this one at a time, so we have the left side here in the left bracket. We're going to set it into place right up top like so. Grab the screws that came from our factory taillight and go ahead and screw them in. You don't have to get crazy tight on these. They are just regular screws going from plastic to plastic, and you don't want to squish anything. But we can just go ahead and get those all snugged up for us. And then the last thing that you need to do is you actually see that you have a small diode resistor here. Now this is basically going to make sure that the LEDs function if you have a standard Sport that only came with the halogen, the regular taillights. Now what you're going to do with that is go ahead and bolt it onto the included zinc plated bracket with the included hardware. So these little tiny Phillips head screws, you can go ahead and put them through the resistor, grab your These things are so tiny, we don't even have a socket for them. And go ahead and put that on to both of them. Get the nut started on the back. Then to get these tightened, all you're gonna need is a Phillips head screwdriver. And we're actually just gonna use a small pair of pliers on the back just to hold those. This isn't anything really structural, so it doesn't need to be crazy supported. It's just a nice little bracket to keep this up and out of the way. Get that snugged up there. And get the second one tightened down. Same thing, we'll just hold it with our pair of pliers. We'll get that one snugged up as well. Now what you're gonna do with these once you have this installed is you're gonna install these small little shark bite clips here. What these are gonna do is attach to the inner structure of the Jeep, and I'll show you once we put it on there, you'll see exactly how they work. So as you can see guys, we do have our small resistor here, and now what that's gonna do is you see this inner structure, we're gonna go ahead and basically set it like this and just push it on the top and the bottom. And that's gonna keep that resistor nice and out of the way. They do get a little bit hot, so you wanna make sure it is out of the way. Then we can go ahead and take our factory connection, plug it in until you hear a click, and that's all it takes. We're gonna make sure all the wires go in nice and smoothly. Put the taillight in like so, and then we're gonna reinstall that screw on the inside, pop the cover back on, and repeat the same process on the other side, and that is it for these. Now let's show you how they look. Well guys, after about 10 minutes, we got both of these Oracle LED taillights installed on our 2019 JL Wrangler. Now I gotta tell you guys, if you're upgrading from those factory halogens, this is a great improvement over stock. And even if you do have the factory LEDs, these are gonna look really great in their replacement. Now you saw we installed both sides there and showed all the functionality of them. Another nice thing about these lights is that they are DOT approved, so they're gonna be approved for all 50 states, and they still give you adequate lighting output on the back here. Now I have seen some of these LEDs available from other websites and on Amazon and eBay, and honestly they weren't that bright when you went to plug these in. The Oracle lights are nice and bright, and you're still going to be able to visibly see them from the back of the vehicle, which I think is a really good safety feature to add these onto your Jeep. I love the blacked out look, and if you guys want to add this to your Jeep, be sure to check out cjponyparts.com, where you can find these taillights as well as a ton of other lighting options. Until next time guys, I hope you guys are staying safe and staying home. I'll see you out on the trails.